We're here with Frank KEMP. Is that correct?
Yes,
senior. Is with the on the board of the Veterans Service Commission, and was in to see commissioners today about several items. Could you just review those for us so I'm sure that we have it straight?
Yes, in 2012, the county commissioners operated with 12 people. 2013, it took 14 people. With a little over $140,000 pay increases. Mr. Luther was hired to replace Mr. Hankey at a 9% raise. I'd just like to know why. When we hired somebody, we actually hired
we
lower.
Being Veteran Service Commission?
The Service Commission, when we replaced Mr. Toth, we replaced a person at a lot lower than what Mr. Toth is. Now, I realize Mr. Toth made it a pretty good salary.
Commissioner Burnaby said it was outrageously high. Do you disagree with that?
The man was here 30 years. Now, if you get so much, 5% a year or whatever, it adds up over 30 years. You know, and he did have a fair amount of responsibility.
So you disagree with the commissioner
yes.
on this responsibility thing?
Yes, and I do. Like I say, why does it take 2 more people to operate the office? Mr. Luther is an attorney. Why do we have an attorney for consultations for the county commissioners when they already have access to the prosecuting office? Why are we paying $40,000 for a part-time attorney for them when you have Mr. Luther that is an attorney also?
Okay. There was another item or two that you spoke about today?
I can't think what it was. I think, the pay for my chair and
being chairman of the...
No, not being a chairman. We have 5 chairs, 5 commissioners.
I see.
Each chair represents one group of veterans, okay? We granted pay raises starting last year, which had been 2013, to General Haas's chair, and he represents, excuse me, General Haas represents the AM vets.
I see.
Okay, his chair got a 5% raise.
Okay.
This year, the chair that I represent, the Vietnam vets, got a 5% raise. Now, that was before I got reappointed. The chair gets the raise. If I did not make it in, whoever took my chair would get the raise. Next year, there will be another raise, 5% we'll put in for Joe Batz's chair, which is the American Legion. His chair will get a 5% raise. If Joel doesn't get reappointed, whoever takes Joel's chair will get a 5% raise.
See, now, the chairs get appointed by the Stark County Court of Common Pleas,
Right.
Is that correct?
The 9 judges appoint them.
I see.
And, you know, I'm not a greedy person. 10 or 15 bucks a month isn't going to kill me one way or the other. But, you know, let's play by the rules.
Now, do the other chairs on the board know you're here today?
No.
Okay, so you are doing this on your own?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to add about...
Yes, in case somebody does watch this, or anyway, there are over 31,000 veterans in Stark County that we represent. We might not see everybody. A lot of vets don't need help. But, you know, they should know that it is available and that we're willing to do what we can.
Yeah, I, of course, cover the commissioners on a weekly basis.
Yes, I know that.
And my take is, if I understand them correctly, is that they don't think that the Veteran Service Commissioners, you know, this is my own interpretation,
yes.
Of course, does an effective job of taking the resources available to the commission and broadcasting it out, making sure veterans know that it's available, and getting veterans in to take an advantage. Do you have a response to that?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. last meeting, or a couple meetings ago, Janet turned down the Veteran Service Commission's to stay at Independence for schooling. Okay, if you take the $2,500 or $2,600 and divide it by the number of veterans in Stark County, it comes out to about 8 cents a piece that cost them. Okay, if you take the amount of money that the Veteran Service Commission gives back to the county commissioners and divide that by 31,000, that comes out to about $30 a piece that these veterans don't know that they're donating back to Stark County. Mm-hmm. So 2 cents or 8 cents versus $30, I mean.
So you stand by the work that the Veteran Service Commission's doing, and that your belief is that it is an effective organization?
Yes, I do. And the deal where we were trying to get the networking with the people staying up there.
Right, this was a training session that's scheduled for what, May 6th to May 9th?
Yeah, it was for the service officers.
Right.
Okay. I went to a schooling down in Dublin. We stayed overnight, and we networked. Okay. I asked another county, technically, we can sue the commissioners. His suggestion was not to, because play nice. Well, we're not really playing nice. It's like them against us. I don't want to say it's a war, but man, it could develop into a conflict.
And so is the Veteran Service Commission, speaking for yourself, likely to quit playing nice, and maybe is there some thought, do you know, about litigation?
No, I don't think there's any litigation, because he actually said not to.
You know, when Bob Toth was the executive director, he actually did
I realize that.
Suggest that he was going to litigate with the commissioners, but this isn't the temperament at the VSC right now?
I don't believe.
Okay.
Well, and another thing, if you think about it, now the commissioners, from what I understand, Judge Dixie Parks asked for $23,000 or something for raises and stuff. Now, they denied it. A judge can mandate. Why would you take the chance of having to go to court, pay her attorney, pay your attorney? It just, it's a no-win situation. Guess who would win? She can mandate her money, And if you think about it, we are guaranteed by the state 0.5 mil property tax. It takes nothing away from their sales tax. So they're not losing anything. We're actually giving them money. What happens
that they wouldn't otherwise
have?
Okay.
We get no report what happens to that money. And if you check back over the years, it's been millions. Okay. I would like some accountability. What happened to the $1 million we gave you last year? Did you spend it on the sheriff's department? Did you put a roof on somebody's building? And we're going to get flack because the veterans say, how come you give money back? Well, we can't justify it in the budget.
But,
But nobody goes hungry, and nobody goes, rent unpaid.
Okay. But you don't think it's a problem from the administration and the boardsmanship at the Veteran Service Commission that you can't use all that money?
You have to justify a budget. We justify a budget what we can use. Now, if we need more money, more vets come home that we're not expecting, or Microsoft, they did us a number, they outdated our computers. We need new computers. What happens if we ask the commissioners for $10,000, $12,000 to replace the computers?
So you brought up a number of matters here today, not just the Veterans Service Commission factor. So would it be fair to say that you're less than impressed with how the county commissioners are handling the budget?
Would yes be a good assumption? I mean, everybody has a job, but let's, lead by example. You tell me, okay, I'm going to give a 2% raise. Fine. Why did Mr. Luther start, $7,000 more than what the old guy did? Is he that much better? Or were they underpaying Mr. Hankey? What about the other two people in here? Why did we operate for, 2012 with 12 people? Now you got to have 14 people?